In 605 AD, the newly crowned Emperor of China gave an order. Build a canal, 1,100 miles long. Connect the Yellow River to the Yangtze River. Finish it in 6 years. 3 million workers were conscripted, 1 in every 6 Chinese adults. They worked through summers that killed thousands and winters that froze the ground solid. When it was done, the Grand Canal was the largest construction project in the history of the world up to that point. It functioned for 1,000 years. Parts of it still function today. The emperor who ordered it was dead within 8 years of its completion. Stay with me. Because how you build matters as much as what you build. Emperor Yang of Sui, known in Chinese as Sui Yangdi, did not build the Sui dynasty. His father did. Emperor Wen of Sui unified China in 589 AD after almost 4 centuries of division. He did it through military force, careful administration, and a ruthlessness he kept mostly hidden. His son, Yang, was different. He did not keep things hidden. When Yang took power in 604, possibly by arranging his own father's death, though this is disputed, he inherited a unified China, a functioning state apparatus, and a full treasury. He spent all of it. Yang was, by any fair accounting, a man of genuine vision. The Grand Canal was not just a construction project. It connected China's agricultural south with its political north. It allowed grain to move at scale. It enabled the integration of a country that geography had kept divided. He rebuilt Luoyang as an eastern capital, a city of palaces, markets, and planned boulevards that drew merchants and ambassadors from across Asia. He reformed the examination system, opening government positions to talent rather than birth. This system, modified, would define Chinese governance for the next 13 centuries. But here's the thing. He wanted all of this done at once, immediately, at any human cost. Yang had one blind spot that destroyed everything else. Goguryeo, the Korean kingdom to the northeast. It was outside Chinese control, independent, and that bothered him. In 612, he launched the largest military campaign China had ever mounted. By most estimates, over 1 million soldiers. The campaign ended in disaster. The Goguryeo army lured the Chinese forces deep into their territory, cut their supply lines, and destroyed them at the Salsu River. Estimates of the Chinese dead range from hundreds of thousands to near the entire advance force. He tried again in 613. His generals mutinied. He tried a third time in 614. He negotiated a nominal face-saving settlement and withdrew. 3 campaigns. Catastrophic losses of men, resources, and, most dangerously, of legitimacy. The peasants who survived the canal construction and the military campaigns came home to find their farms abandoned and their families starved. Rebellions began in 611. By 616, they were everywhere. Yang retreated south to Jiangdu on the Grand Canal he had built. He was 50 years old. The empire was collapsing around him, and by most accounts, he knew it and no longer cared. He drank heavily. He refused reports from the north. In 618, his own palace guards mutinied. They strangled him with his own sash. The Sui dynasty lasted 37 years. It reunified China, built the Grand Canal, reformed the civil service, and destroyed itself. Here is what makes Yang's story genuinely strange Everything he built lasted. The Grand Canal carried grain for 1,000 years and enabled every subsequent Chinese dynasty. The examination system he reformed ran until 1905. The eastern capital he designed was rebuilt by the Tang dynasty that replaced him. Tang Taizong, the man widely considered China's greatest emperor, looked at what Yang had done and made a calculation. Keep the institutions. Execute the man responsible for them. The Tang dynasty won control of a China made possible by Sui Yangdi's construction. They just didn't have to pay the human cost. Chinese historians have debated Yang for 14 centuries. The official Tang verdict was tyrant. They needed this verdict to justify replacing him. Modern reassessments are more complicated. He was impulsive, grandiose, and dismissive of human cost. He was also right about the canal, right about the examination system, and possibly right about needing to confront Goguryeo. He just failed militarily. He has been compared to Qin Shi Huang, who also unified China with extreme cruelty, and was immediately succeeded by a dynasty that inherited his institutions. Some historians argue that empires require exactly one generation of brutal overreach to build what sustains them, and that the next generation simply has to survive the bill. The Grand Canal still moves water across China. The civil service examination Yang reformed shaped Asian governance for 13 centuries. The reunified China he inherited and expanded is still unified. He killed hundreds of thousands to build it. His dynasty lasted 37 years. Was he a tyrant who happened to build useful things, or a visionary whose methods were the problem? And here is the harder question. If Yang had been patient, taken 50 years instead of 14 to build the canal, fought one war against Goguryeo instead of 3, would he be remembered as China's greatest emperor instead of its most spectacular failure? This is the Dragon Throne. We cover the builders, the destroyers, and the men who were both. Subscribe. New episode every week.